What's up, my dear Grandmaster Summoners? Welcome back to a new video. Today I'll be telling you everything about when to gank lanes, when to farm, and when to take objectives as Jack's jungle. So let's go for it. So I'll be showing you with an example of Jack jungle when to gank lanes as first option. So let's go for it. So right now we're taking Scuttle exactly at 3 minutes and 57 seconds because I got invaded by Elise, so I had to quit my blue and Grom and straight go to Scuttle. So right now I think there are two lanes which are gankable right now, as you all can see. The bot lane is kind of like pushed and which is gankable also, and you can also see the mid lane is also kind of like really pushed nicely with Twisted Fate low on mana. Which one you will be ganking first? In my opinion, I would say to gank bot lane first because Sena used her flash 2 minutes ago and there's only one flash available, with Kathleen has her spell too, like to escape, healing, and Sena has her root too. But Sena can only root one champion at a time, which is really perfect. Let's see. Now we're ganking bot lane and Sena and Kathleen doesn't have any vision over the bush side, so Garen just engaged to silence Kathleen. Now Sena used her Q2, I mean the W. Now we got Sena and there we go. Kathleen used a flash to heal too. I think it's fair enough and worth it because we got one kill and one assist from Garen and Yumi, I mean. So once you're like done with the farming, you can always gank mid lane too, because there can be two ways to gank bot lane or a high top lane or any other lane. There can be like, let's say if you're in high low, I would say you should definitely camp top lane or mid lane, let's say, because in high low you won't feel like really pressurizing as in bot lane, because like people usually have a really good map analysis in high low as bot laners, and they really, most of them win lanes really nicely. Like if they even get stormed or something, they won't be even like really weak and late. They'll be scaling really hard with perfect farming and scaling. So if you're talking about the low elo, you should definitely camp bot lane first. Right now this is a game in platinum elo, so obviously we need to gank bot lane as the first option. Base is in the right top side, so when you're ganking bot lane, I think it's one of the difficult times to gank bot lane. And when your base is in the left side, your bot laners are always under your tower, which is a like really big advantage. I've seen a lot of many times as a Jack's jungler. Let's talk about when to take the objectives. Well, as a Jack's jungler, it is really important to have a bot prior to take objectives, and I wouldn't recommend you all to take Drake. Let's say another example, if the jungler is top side, then you can always start doing Drake, but I wouldn't say, and I wouldn't recommend you all to take Camtech Drake as first objective, because you cannot do solo Camtech Drake all by yourself as Jack's jungler. So do not take the first Drake as Camtech Drake. If any other Drake comes in like Mountain Drake, Cloud Drake, Ocean Drake, you can always take those kind of like Drakes really easily and really nice. So I wouldn't say and recommend you all to take the Camtech Drake as first objective. I would say if the Camtech Drake pops up, you should definitely go on and take the Rift as the first objective. Okay, so let's move on to another one. Now, if we're talking about the farming, when to farm lanes, then I would say once you take both or take one Drake, one objective in early games. Well, if we're talking about farming, then you should definitely try to farm once both the objectives are taken by yourself, or let's say if your teammates also help you taking the objectives, then you should farm at the same correct time. Let's say the Rift and Drake both are in the cooldown, then that's the perfect time to do farming as Jack's jungler, because that time you have nothing to do except ganking and farming. So obviously if your laners are winning, just try to avoid them and let them win the lane all by themselves, and just try to be prepared by farming and scaling as fast as you can. So just do that more often, and then you'll see the results really nicely. Jax doesn't have any damage in early games, so I would say first you need to start doing red, then you can always go for rocks, then you can always go for chickens, then you can always go for wolves, then blue, And then by the time taking blue, it'll be already 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So by the time Scuttle Crab always pops in, so you don't have to start the Grump, because if you start doing Grump, then definitely you're gonna miss the Scuttle Crab if any chance the enemy jungler is in the bot side too. So I would say just take the blue first, then you can always come for Scuttle Crab. And if there's any gankable lane available to gank, then you should definitely go for it. Or you can always say take the Scuttle Crab and just go back to Gromps and just recall to buy Sheen if you're going Trinity Force or any other mythic item. If you want to see look at the strategical build which you want to go for it. Okay, so that's it for me. If you like my video, please like and subscribe to my channel for more amazing Jack jungle builds, ruin strategies, different kind of like guides and many more. So I'll see you on the rift next time.